guys, welcome to the next episode of MoMo on the Move. I'm your host, Monica Marquez, aka MoMo. And today we have a very special guest. We're Skyping today though. OJ Reyes right here. He is the director that casted me in my first feature film back in New York with a little project called One More Thing. He is absolutely killing the game over there. He has a lot of things coming up. So OJ, give us a little brief intro about yourself.
Well, thanks so much for having me, first and foremost.
Of course.
Oh, it's so cool. We were just talking before we went on. I had no clue that I cast you in your first feature. That's really awesome. I thought the world will know how good Monica was.
Baby steps.
Yo, nah, you kidding me? Yo, she's fantastic. All right, but yeah, man, I've been I'm in the independent scene here. Writer, director, filmmaker. Sometimes boom operator if I have to be. Whatever I need to be on set, I can do it all.
No, you're a hustler. That's what it is.
But writing and directing and producing is kind of my jam. I'm in the Dominican.
De lo mío, que lo
De
que.
lo mío, that you know. Samana, San Cristobal, shout out. Yeah, no, I've been doing this hard, very hard for 3 years, but being a filmmaker for over 12. So it's
crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But really, really cool. Really cool. It was great to work with you, that's for sure.
Oh, no, it was a lot of fun. We definitely played as hard as we worked. Oh, my God. Cabin in the Woods is what that was. It was a dope time, though. Great experience. And the cast that we worked with was amazing. I miss my mom and dad.
Oh,
and my
I love
brother.
them so much. Yes. Yeah, no, we really did we had a fun time on that set. I like to cast people I want to hang out with, you know,
Exactly.
like I know they got the talent, but at the same time, you're on set for long hours of time, so you want to make sure that yo, can I have a beer with this person?
And the
at 2 in the
chemistry
morning?
has to be there.
Yeah, the chemistry has to be there. And I was like, I got off the phone with you. I remember because I like to do Skype interviews before I cast.
Right.
And you were I think you were the first or second person I interviewed for the role. And as soon as I got off the phone with you, I was like, damn, that's the girl. Like, that's
I was
her.
like, I hope he picks me. Like, and I'm like in this coffee shop trying to get connection and trying to make you hear me and I can hear you perfectly. And I was like,
yeah, I remember.
I mean, I think I got it because like he's Dominican, I'm Dominican. We just work together. It's just gonna work. Platano Power is here.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because I've cast a lot of Dominicans in my projects, and it's always by accident. It's never like, oh, I'm doing it for the culture, which I am, but I'm not like trying to cast Dominicans.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I got off the phone with you, I'm like, yo, what? She's a boss. Like she got the talent. Her self-tape was good. I was like, all right, cool. I wanna work with her, and thankfully we did. Twice.
Glad we
talk
did.
About that.
Yeah. Well, we need to work on another project very soon.
Hell yeah.
I'll come visit you. Well, you need to come out to LA.
Well, it's funny you asked that because I was. You know, I'm talking to a bunch of things and a lot of projects coming up, and I was, for a while I thought I was gonna go to LA, but it just doesn't seem like that's happening. Like it seems like everywhere else I'm working on is like New Mexico or Atlanta or Toronto.
Yo,
or
Atlanta's
Vancouver.
hot for the entertainment field nowadays.
It is and it isn't. It
Okay.
is and it isn't. But like definitely, if you get a call back out there, go get it because there's work to be had in Atlanta for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna start applying to things, and if I get a good role, I have my cousin that lives out here, out there, so I'm gonna go try to explore as much as I can. But if you're ever
definitely.
here, hopefully in August, I'm gonna have my own place, and then you would have a place to crash. We can do some work
Appreciate that.
together,
Appreciate that.
make magic happen.
Hell yeah.
Speaking on One More Thing, though, when can the public, you know?
Oh, great question.
Yeah.
So I don't know too much about that. The film, obviously, we did it through Red Sky Studios,
Right.
which was produced by Bobby, who was the lead actor. And
My
he played your
brother.
brother in the film. Yeah, love that dude. Shout out to you, Bobby. Mwah. But what we're doing with that right now is we obviously got into a festival. I don't know if you hear about this.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, we
The
got into a
Tribeca
festival.
or the
Not Tribeca. Unfortunately, we didn't get into Tribeca, but we got into like a smaller festival in New York City, and
Okay.
we were runner-up for Best Picture, which was really cool.
dope.
Bobby got nominated for Best Actor, which was really
Hey.
cool. I was like, whoa, this
I'm
is
so
great.
proud of him. And that was like, was it
too.
not his first like acting?
It was his first like acting something dramatic. He's always done like
Comedic.
skits, comedics, and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And he no, that's not true. He did a dramatic film a couple years ago, but nothing to the level of One More Things. Because One More Thing, he had a lot of heavy scenes, and
Definitely
so
very heavy scenes in there.
very heavy
Oh
scenes.
man.
And what we did with that film was we send it out. Obviously, I believe you have a copy of it. Everyone
Yeah,
has
I
a
do.
copy of it now. And what we're doing now is we're actually just trying to fix the sound even more. You know,
Yeah.
one of my biggest gripes with it was that I thought we can do better on the sound wise, and we can. So we're doing that now. So that's the next step.
Fine tuning it.
Fine tuning it, and then once that happens, we're gonna try to see if we can get an online distribution deal. And
Like streaming, like Netflix and.
I wouldn't say Netflix. I would love Netflix.
I mean, wouldn't we
Netflix is
all?
a great company.
Yeah.
I would love to work with Netflix one day. Putting that out there in the world, but no. Along those lines, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely along those lines, but I don't think I don't know. I don't know the answer
Yeah.
right now. I mean, that's a lie. I do. I just can't talk about it.
Okay,
But
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I have it. I'll say this. I definitely believed it will probably most likely come out sometime this fall. That I can say. Yeah.
Well, that's something to look forward to, guys. And if you want
Hell
to check
yeah.
me out, my first little feature.
Oh, and she's so good in it, guys. She's
then
so
I
good
will
in it.
obviously keep you guys posted, keep you guys in the loop. So what projects can you disclose that you're working on now?
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I am working on my third ever feature film. It's called Snow Globes in the Summer.
I like that
wrote it.
name.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we wrote this one pretty quickly.
And you co-wrote this with someone.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Rachel Robin Wagner is a writer I've been collaborating with the last couple
Is she
months.
in any of your other like shorts?
She
or
is in
features?
stuff that hasn't come out yet.
Okay,
She's in
cool.
stuff that hasn't come out yet. But we met back in October,
Mm-hmm.
hit it off creatively, and now we're like writer soulmates, if that makes sense. Like
Okay, you guys just vibe.
like when it comes to writing and creativity, it's just this ultimate vibe.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
dope.
Hell yeah, and we write really good stuff together. Like me and Bobby write great stuff together too,
Mm-hmm.
but Rachel and I, it's a different type of connection. And because she elevates my weaknesses and I elevate her weaknesses. So
She's the
it's this
yin to
really-
your yang. Oh my
Yeah,
god, you
yeah.
guys are so balanced. Okay,
Hell
I love
yeah.
that. I love that. I'm
And so
excited
that
to
film, and that's why I was so bummed, because there's a role you'd be great for in that film.
Come on, man.
So great for in that film, man. Like I remember when we were writing the character, and I was just in the back of my head, I'm like, shit, Monica.
Yo,
Monica
soon
would
enough, soon enough.
Oh hell yeah, and you know what? Everything with time. But no, that one is it's the first feature I've ever doing that's horror, which is exciting.
Oh, I've never
Yeah.
been in a. Well, I am terrified of horror movies.
This
but,
is
like,
this is pretty creepy. Like and it's a dramatic, you know, it's super dramatic.
Right.
Not a lot of talking in it. It's very visual. But there's some.
Oh,
I was
so it's
reading the
gonna be
script
a lot
again
of
this
my
morning.
facial reactions and like me shitting my
Yeah,
pants, 'cause that's
yeah.
really.
I'm doing
good
a lot
at
of
screaming. Like I'm a good screamer when it comes to horror movies. I'm the only one screaming in the movie theater. I'm like a pussy when it comes to that.
No, I feel you. I don't like watching them too much because you know, like I'll jump, like I'll be the first one, like
Yeah.
I'll just jump up. But at the same time, I love it when it's really good, and I think
Yeah.
we wrote a really good one. So that one we're filming in August.
Yeah, I've always
we're
wanted
trying-
to like be in it to see if like I would feel how I feel watching it. So
Yeah.
that's definitely an experience I want to encounter along the line. But
You might, because I've been on set for horror films. I've done 3 horror films.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on set for. It's a lot of fun because you're trying to figure out like how to scare people and
Yeah.
like where to place things and where to hide things and however I mean, we just had Bobby. He's directing this horror
Mm-hmm.
kind of feature thing that we shot in December. And we rented this creepy ass a house, but it's like an apartment, but it's a house.
Yeah.
And it's just terrifying. And we left the monster hanging on one of the C-stands overnight. And so when I would go out to go to the bathroom at night,
no.
I just looked to the side and and I just see this giant thing, and I'm like, all right, that's the suit.
Yeah, no, my friends
no
only bring me to the movie theaters to like for horror films, like on purpose.
Yeah.
They get entertained by watching me shit myself. That's pretty much
I like to do that with some of my friends. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the biggest that's one of the more recent projects that I'm kind of working on. Yeah.
All right. I know, like, when you interviewed me, like, I asked you, like, what you've done before, like, how often do you write scripts? And you told me that you write scripts, like, literally almost every day. And I'm just like, what? Like,
yeah, no, that
this
hasn't
man
changed.
hustles people.
Literally, guys, hit me up if you need scripts. Like, I'll write your papers for college too. Like,
Wow. You heard it here first.
I'm broke. But no, like, deadass,
Tell us about your come up.
yeah, I grew up. Obviously, I grew up around here in New Jersey, right next to the city, dirty Jersey. Barely New Jersey. Basically New York, New Jersey, because I'm like 15 minutes away from this. I mean, you've been to my house a couple times now, and I always was big on reading and writing and watching movies. Like the first format of storytelling I got was reading books, and it was when Scholastics rolled up in school, and then we got to go to the book fair, and I would beg my parents. I'm like, yo, hold up, man, they got the new Animorphs, they got the new I'm trying to think, the new Pokemon book is out. Like I really want to read that, and I didn't even speak English that well back then, but
yeah, Spanish was your first language.
Spanish was my first language, and now I butcher Spanish, so it's great.
Yeah.
Though I can speak
feel
it. I speak it like fine, more than fine. But I was just always interested in storytelling, and I went to film school. I am not even gonna give promotion to the fucking college, because fuck them. But it's like that. Fuck them. But
right. You made your own.
I made my own thing, but I screenwriting. I wrote shorts. I got shorts that were like award winning. I learned how to edit. I learned how to do all that stuff. And in 2015, I kind of went through a really bad depression. There was a girl involved, of course.
Ugh,
and
the
worst.
Drama.
Oh God! But it kind of, one of the things that was said to me. I wonder if you'll hear this. One of the things that was said to me was, "You're kind of stuck, and I'm stuck, and I don't want to be with someone who's stuck." So we're both just gonna
be stuck together.
Yeah, they're like,
kind of like you guys were both stuck in like that quicksand, and
yeah, and she's like, as much as I love you, I don't want to be stuck with you. You are meant for so much more, and I don't feel like I'm pushing you to do that. And I'm like, that's fucked, and I really wish you didn't say it.
That's some truth right there.
Yeah. I'm not going to go more into it. Oh, God. And there's way more to the story that I'll talk off camera.
But sometimes we need that wake-up call to, open our eyes and be like, oh, you're right. Like, what am I doing?
100%. And then that's when I kind of just said, fuck this. I'm sorry, I've been cursing a lot. I can curse on this, right?
Yeah. Hello. Have you not heard my podcast?
Okay, yeah.
I have a sailor's mouth.
Yeah, I'm like, I know how to turn on the professional, no cursing church voice, but
yeah, I had two routes I could have went, and I just feel like you just have a more dramatic effect when curse words are involved. People really feel what you're feeling.
Yeah, and that's how I talk. Like I have a sailor mouth as well. I mean, we're East Coasters, man. Like,
this is how we were raised.
Hell yeah, man. And so in 2016, I kind of just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do something. And so I had a script I wrote in college with a friend of mine, and I said, I want to do this short because I know it'll probably cost me about $600 to do it, and I can just save 2 checks to do it. Shows you how much little money I was making at the time.
Balling on a budget.
Yeah, and I met one of my best friends in the whole world casting that, and then another one, really my good friends, and we shot it over a weekend. We got into like 3 festivals, and then
fucking awesome.
Hell yeah! And then I wrote the script, a script of mine that I've been kicking around for a very long time called No More Lonely People. And then, like a dumbass, I originally wrote it as a short. I cast the film, and I'm getting so much support, and then I'm rewriting the script, and I'm turning it into a feature, and woo! I did a feature film in 2017 called No More Lonely People. Still not out yet. That shows you how it's still not out.
Still not released, but it's done. It's still gotta go back to it.
which is it's the same thing with One More Thing. We're just tidying up sound.
Right. Okay.
That's really what it is, and I don't have access to all the actors to come back and dub over their lines, called ADR, because a few of them and awesomely, a few of them have blown up. Like I think one of the actors is on Broadway, the other one's touring the country.
Right.
One of them is on the like the other one is like on Pretty Little Liars, the spinoff.
What? I used to love that show, and then I couldn't
well,
keep
the new
up.
show Perfectionist. Shout out to Graham, love that guy. He plays one of the leads on that show, and so cheers to him. But he actually has all his lines dubbed right, but. That's kind of what happened. So now I'm just trying to figure out like how can we get the sound tight and then go from there and hopefully release that sometime in the summer.
So I know you're like, I guess, a hustling, starving director, producer, all of that. So
Yeah.
what's the lowest budget you've ever had to work with?
$0.
Damn. And you made
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well,
Hell yeah.
is it a short? Is it a what?
Yeah, I've done I'm trying to think of what. Okay, I shot a short last November or December called Like a Natural Woman. We're actually going to try to get that on Amazon very
Okay.
soon. It's a brilliant short. It was written by me and Rachel and I. I'll send you a link to it afterwards. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
definitely. Send me all the links and anything that you
Yeah.
want me to
Well, I
have
can't-
people
we-
connect to, like link,
Yeah, no doubt.
view your
This one-
stuff.
We
see
can't
your
share it
awesome work.
publicly. But thank you. But we did that one literally for $0. Like I didn't pay. The actors just kind of came on their own things. We did. One of the cast members decided to just like spring up lunch for everybody.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, you didn't
That's
have to do
also
that.
what I mean. You got to have those cast members that are willing
Yeah.
to, sacrifice a little bit of what they got to provide
yeah.
and share with the team.
Well, they believed in the script so much, and it was shots like I was also directing and being the cinematographer on that one, similar to when we did One More Thing the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But I had the big camera. You remember that big sucker we had
Yeah,
on One
yeah,
More Thing? Yeah. So I shot that film, and that one we did for $0. And it's actually my favorite film I've done so far.
Oh, wow.
Just because I love the message, and I love. I was really happy with the way I shot
where
it.
it's at.
Yeah, and it's like 6 minutes long. It's not even
Oh.
a super. It's just a scene between.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, it's short and sweet.
Is
It's
there a lot
really
of talking?
sweet.
Is there like about?
Yeah, it's mostly talking.
Okay,
It's mostly
okay.
talking. Yeah. But it's I don't know. We almost got into a couple of, like Oscar level film festivals with it, but we didn't get in. But we were like runner up to like just get in, and we're like, well,
Yo,
I mean,
one
thanks.
day your day's gonna come. I know it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
know
not
it.
stressing over it. Yeah, I'm not stressing over it. But yeah,
Okay.
zero budget is the most.
And the highest?
The least. The highest.
How much have you raised?
The highest budget I've ever had production, like on production, was that thing I had that one time.
That
We
thing I
raised
had
about
one
it.
time.
Yeah.
That was after One More Thing.
That was
right?
after One More
Okay.
Thing. Yeah, I actually didn't want to do it at first because I was tired from One More Thing.
Yo,
And then-
well, let's share the bullshit that we went
Yeah,
through. Well, that
okay,
you
yeah,
went
yeah.
through. Oh
No,
my God.
we went through.
Was this the hardest thing you had to overcome?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
100%.
can imagine.
Yeah.
That one hurt me. When I got that email, I was like, I will obviously do it all over again because it was
I
such a
appreciate
great
you so much.
time.
Yeah,
It was a great cast.
I don't
and
mind
it was a
sharing
great
this.
script. But I was like, damn. Tell them.
So we shot just about a year ago today. Actually, we shot One More Thing, and we had about like a small budget to shoot it the first time around, and we teamed up with an Australian company to kind of help us produce it, and I was able to cast, and I wrote the script with Bobby, and it's kind of autobiographical, but not really. It's definitely based on somewhat real life experiences that he and I have both shared, and we just changed a lot. Like the fictional, it was important that we had a family and things like that. But anyway, so we shoot the whole film. It was great. It was exhausting. I basically one man crew most of it. Like I was shooting it. I was running sound. I was doing
Much
this.
respect.
Yo, no, stupid. That's what it was.
Yo.
But it came out good. Like facts. Like we watched it back. I watched it, and I was really happy with most of it. I thought there was some stuff we had to reshoot, but for the most part, everything came out really good. And I met John Reno, who's now my partner in DP.
Oh, love him.
Yeah, he's so good. And we met on that set, and I kind of want to shoot everything with him going forward. But we then get back home, and I'm exhausted. And I remember it very clearly because it was literally almost a year ago today. Because it was one of my best friend's birthday, and we were supposed to go out, get fucked up, have a really good time. She's turning 26. I'm like, oh girl, 26 is lit. Like, you're gonna have a good time.
That's what I say about every year. Just a reason
I literally turned 29 in like 3 weeks, and I'm like, fuck yeah. But
right before Dirty 30.
Yo, I know. But
it's all right. 30's a new 20, baby. Let's go.
That's how I'm feeling. Truth be told, that's how I'm feeling. But no, so I started because we shot with the camera that the memory was really, really big. To give you a comparison, I think everyone's familiar with the term gigabyte. Right. That film was about 7 terabytes that we recorded. And so, which is relatively low in like Hollywood films, but for indie films, that's still a fuck ton. And just because we shot it in RAW, like we shot it really, really high, and that's just so it can look good. So I'm backing up the footage. Just we didn't back up on set because it was just too much to back up every night. And so we get back home, I'm literally backing it up, and then it keeps stopping, and then it keeps stopping, then it keeps stopping, and I'm freaking the fuck out. And so I long story short, we basically lost the entire movie. There was a hard drive failure. I'm not going to shout out the company because we've worked with them since, and everything works. It was just a bad batch. Like it was the worst case of luck, truth be told. And I called Bobby the next day when I realized that something bad was going on, and I was like, and I'm scared and petrified of what he's going to say because he put so much into this movie, a lot of his own money into this movie. And obviously everyone, like we basically, when we found out we officially lost it, because we kept lying to everybody about it. Like everyone would text me like, oh, so how's the movie coming out? I'm like, yo, it's great. It's fantastic. It's so good. Inside,
I'm
like,
that's not easy information to just be like, oh,
because we send it out to like a data recovery place.
Yeah, you said it was like the best in the country, and they couldn't.
Best in the country. We were. I don't want to skate them out, but we were thousands of dollars to recover this footage. We were going to pay, and money that was not
nobody had,
but we were willing to do that to recover the footage. And no, we lost it. We immediately texted all of y'all and just kind of said, look, if y'all don't want to come back, we were able to get an angel investor who was going to help us, gave us funds to redo the film. The angel investors to this day has been paid back already, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, awesome.
And we kind of said to the entire cast, like, listen, we lost it. We want to redo it. We're going to do things a little bit differently this time. But would you guys want to come back? And we expected everybody to say no. Like, oh, fucking amateurs. These motherfuckers. Like, hell no. I'm not going to do this, And I didn't cry when we lost it. Like, I'm an emotional fuck. I
lost it.
I couldn't. I had no time. Like,
right.
There was no time to cry, if that makes sense. I was depressed, drinking a lot, but when we got the love back from the cast saying, dude, don't worry, I'm there. Like, you were fucking in Europe or some shit like that.
I was living my best life in Europe, backpacking with my bestie. And then I think it was, I don't know if it was right before I left.
It could have been right before you left.
I think it was, I was like, oh shit. Like, I mean, I'm down, but like, you gotta wait till I get back.
Yeah, and we made it work. Like, we shot everything like a month later, and then we came back another month to shoot all the stuff with you and the rest of the family, because they also had conflicts too, because I think Ace was doing a pilot or something like that.
Ace is so dope.
He's so dope. But that's kind of what happened, and we were able to reshoot the entire film. I think, look, there was stuff that we got the first time around that I'm very proud of and we're really happy with, but truth be told, the film is a million times better now, and it's and I was able to get John on every day.
No,
Just
yeah,
about.
I honestly thought my second time around, I did better. Just because,
I actually agree with you on that because I saw your scene the first time around. And you did good. You did great this time around, in my opinion.
yeah, it was like, because I kind of that was my first time like doing this whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I did like filming and stuff, like short films back in school, like for my friends who were doing their own production stuff. And I did a little editing, whatever. But yeah, I was like, all right, I can do this now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to deliver it 10 times better. That you guys had a better camera. You guys had,
Yeah.
I just feel like we were ready, like
Yeah, we
to
were.
go guns blazing. And I literally, like, I feel like I hopped off the plane, took a
And you
day,
came to my house.
and then I had to go drive to your house, and then we had to make that drive to the Poconos. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I was like, yo,
Beautiful
I just
house,
want to
though.
go to sleep.
Beautiful house. We shot in a great house. I forgot the lady who rents it, but we were pleasantly surprised that we were able to lock down the location again, which was one of the rare locations we were able to get twice. But yeah, no, that was that was a hell of a year, and
Yeah,
we
2018
were so
was
grateful.
something.
2018 was something, and 2019 is becoming something cool too. So
Word, I agree.
but look at you, podcast started. I
Momo
see
on
you
the
with your
move.
kickboxing and girl.
Boxing, yeah.
Is it boxing? Boxing, okay.
Yeah. I did kickboxing in New York, but then I wanted to come do it again when I came to California. And then when I went to my job, like when I got the job bartending at Shock Tequila, my coworker, he's going to be on one of the next few episodes too, because he's like so passionate about boxing. Like boxing is his life. Like he lives for this shit. And he's like trained with some of the best people out there, like the best Mexican fighters, like, cause he's Mexican. So he's like scrappy.
Okay.
He's all about the reacting more than the, So he was like, you want to box? I train. And I was like, deadass, how much you charging? Cause like, I just got here. I'm broke. Like,
I ain't trying to spend money like that right now.
I got you. If you're disciplined and you are dedicated and you show me you're hardworking and you're not just bullshitting me, number is nothing. Like like you'll become family. And like he charges me a great price. He told me not to disclose because I am special. I was like, okay, I won't. And now he's real. I train with him twice a week. And he's trained like at least 5 people at my job, and everybody. He even trains like 3. He trains his little daughter who's like 3 years old. She's about to be a beast. Like he trains all ages, all body types, all.
But what the cool thing about it is because obviously I love Monica. Monica is one of my favorite people I've worked with. Like when you invited me on this, I'm like, hell yeah! Like you tell me when, and so I follow her on social media, and I'm just seeing her fucking boom, 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 boxing and doing things, looking like a total badass. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's good. Because and I was telling that I listened to the podcast, and I remember I think it was the previous episode they were talking about how like it's good to have that training, like because you being athletic or being this because you can get cast for things a lot quicker.
Like
it's so important.
Like I used to put boxing on like before I actually started boxing. Like as I was like, yeah, I'm sure I could throw free punches. But like I see like the videos that we recorded when I first started boxing, and then like the videos that I'm recording now, I'm like, whoa, like
yeah.
And that was 2 months. Like I've been boxing for 2 months now, and like I just see the difference completely. And now I'm like trying to get casted in one of these boxing roles because I was like, hello, I got it now. Like I can actually box.
Hopefully if I go to LA, we'll just shoot one, dude.
Yo,
like,
let me know. I'll be the next $1 million baby. Let's go. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Hell yeah.
Yo, I will start writing this now.
You kidding me? Like let's go. Like, and that's kind of the things I want to do. Like I from one of my plans this year, like I got obviously I got cool stuff coming up, and I don't know where the world's going to be taking me in the next couple months. It seems like the world is pulling me to Toronto, which is kind of really dope.
Toronto is dope. But you said you're going in when? November? Like fall?
Probably. I don't know. We're trying to figure that out right now.
This is where the secret non-disclosed information.
Yeah, non-disclosed information. Yeah. But it's and that's cool. It's super dope. But yeah, Toronto. I call it clean New York. That's what I like to call it.
It's so clean, and the people are so nice.
It's clean New York. They're so nice up there. No, Canadians in general are fantastic.
Yo, they have some really good craft beer too. I'm into the craft beer. So hit up one of those little even like supermarkets. I think that's where we got our.
My biggest concern is like they better got Spanish food up there because that's really what I eat. Like if I can't find some arroz con dule, I'm gonna have some problems.
Listen, my cousin lives in Toronto. She's Dominican. Hit her up.
Okay.
Say you fam.
Okay.
She got you.
Good, because if I can get some mango up there, that'll be nice.
But
you know,
the
like,
poutine, oh my god.
I don't even know what that is.
You need
like people have
to go have some poutine when you're over there. Poutine is like basically, you know yaroa? Like Dominican. The loaded fries.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
So it's like Thanksgiving fries, like Canadian style. So it's like there's all your French fries, the gravy, the bacon, the cheese, like everything. It's like it tastes like Thanksgiving, and it's just like you need to have it. It was like one of like my favorite meals out there. And the bacon's popping. Canadian bacon's popping.
I'm not a bacon guy, so it's like, yeah.
Wait,
well,
but
I'm kosher.
I see you eating healthy now too.
I have to because of the keto. I took a break from it for like
Keto's awesome. I mean, I am a big fan of keto just because
I'm
of the cheese.
I'm a huge fan of keto.
Just because of the cheese.
I love cheese. Yeah,
and
it gave me excuses to just eat a bunch of cheese.
Yeah, because I did keto right before going to Europe for like a month, and I showed results, and I'm a big fan of it. The only thing I hear is that once you're off it, you gain all that weight back. So
yeah,
you
that's
kind of stay consistent with it.
So what happened with me was I did it for about 3 weeks straight, and I lost like 10 pounds, and I was looking good. My face was thinning, and then I jumped on set for Tequila, which is the film Bobby just directed. And the one I wrote with him, really fantastic. I actually just saw the first 35 minutes of it like not too long ago. And it's really good. But as you know, the food on set isn't always healthy.
It's shit. It's shit.
It's like, you know, it's not bad, but it's not healthy.
No.
And so I immediately he goes to me, he's like, hey man,
and sugar.
It's all carbs and sugar. And I was like, well, I'm going to get drunk and I am going to eat chips all week. And that's basically what I did. And so I struggled since then. As a matter of fact, once I get off
the horse.
Yeah. Once I get off this call, I'm going to, if I want to, I might do it tomorrow. I got to go to the grocery store and just buy like meat and cheese and avocado so I can get back on it.
Yeah, and those greens, can't forget the greens, man.
Oh, dude, I got so much vegetables in my fridge right now. So it's like
good. Just bring that on set with you because I know it's tough. I know. All you want to eat after like a long 10-hour day of shooting, you're just like,
it's a fucking burger.
Give me the pizza.
Give me a pizza, give me a burger, and give me a cold beer, and that's pretty much all I want after set. Or a nice tequila, or fucking.
Well, tequila, you could drink that with no like. You could drink spirits on keto.
Oh yeah.
So you're good.
Oh.
Just don't mix it.
Yeah, no, can't. Yeah. But no, that's kind of what I going into this summer and with Snow Globes that we're planning on shooting in August, and we're shooting like August is for the West Coasters. I'm sure they know it too. But
this Snow Globe project is being filmed in New York, right?
No, it's actually we're going to be filming it in Pennsylvania.
Oh, in Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah, like deep in Pennsylvania because it takes
like
place mostly
Pennsylvania, like country.
Yeah, country, very rural, woodsy, similar, not by the deeper than the Poconos for sure. And just because the film,
and you're casted and everything, right?
We're casting now.
Oh,
we're actually casting now. Yeah. We're actually this would be a good place to talk about it. We're gonna be starting a crowdfund campaign for it. We're gonna be raising the most we're going to be asking for the most I've ever had for a budget. Okay. And so I think I can say 20K. We're trying to do it to get, So we got a long.
I'll put that crowdfunding link in my bio.
In the description. Would help. Yeah, and hopefully it'll be out by then. But it's such a good script, Monica. Like I can give the description.
And this is what you think I would be good in? This is the role?
There's a character in the film who So yes and no, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
I'll go no why first.
Okay.
And then you'll understand why yes.
Okay.
No, because I think it'll be too easy for you.
Okay. Fair enough.
You get what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Because, I like a challenge. I mean, I played a lesbian in
One More Thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No, one of my favorite. This is not a spoiler. There's a scene. We're by the river. It's fucking pouring, and we had to wait for the rain to come down. It was so cold, and there's a scene where Monica's character's girl walks away, played by Melissa, who I fucking adore. She's such a sweetheart. And she just looks back at her and just like checks her out, and then just comes back and looks back like the biggest smirk this Monica does. Like, that's my girl. What's good, yo? Like, damn.
Yo, that's shorty
right.
right there.
That's my shorty. And she's like, all like, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to cast you in this, because like when I talked with you, I was like, this is a person who is gonna fucking make it somewhere. This is a person who has drive. Like, I remember you were telling me that, like, yeah, I'm like, oh, where do you live? I kind of am like everywhere. And I was like,
I was a nomad. I'm still a nomad. I still don't have my own place. I'm in my uncle's house, but like still.
No, but that's what I respect, because I do similar crazy like not crazy is the wrong word, but yeah, kind of crazy. Like fucking you're in LA. Like, I quit my full-time job. I'm talking about health insurance, stability.
It's hard
like,
to leave all that behind.
Leave that all behind just to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm
gonna go
want
chase
more
my
time.
dream.
I'm gonna go chase my dreams at 28 years old, single, like gratefully living with my parents right now. You know, like, it's,
your parents are cool as fuck.
Yo, no, they're cool as fuck. They're super cool. But that's kind of how it is. But no, the film, there's a character in it she's a bartender, and she's like, she's fucking dope, man. I'm pretty sure I'm the producer. I can talk about whatever. And there's this really cool emotional beat that she has that would have been fun to see you do.
Okay.
But she's very much like, when we were writing the character, I was kind of like, damn, I wonder where Monica is. Like,
where is she in the world right now?
Where is she? And then I looked at, I remember I looked at Instagram and I'm like, all right, she's in Cali living her best life. I'm about it though. I'm about it though.
It's all right. I'm going to give you an excuse to come to California. We're going to work on this.
Hell yeah.
Script
Let's just $1 Million Baby. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I've been telling you to write for since I met you.
Like, there's this one script that's like on file in my Google Doc that my other, do you know the whatever music video that I made? Booby on there. He's been trying to make me write this, but like every time like I was going to write, then I got distracted, and then it was like a whole bunch of things like on the move. Like, I had to like pick up things like for moving to California. Let me give you some advice. And then like when I got here, I was like trying to settle and see what I could do. And now I'm like, all right, maybe now I should get back to the script.
Well, let me give you an advice. Let me give you some advice. Because you're not green screen. I saw that you got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you're a smart person. What you call it? It's, if you don't have time to write, but you have ideas, literally open a note on the notes and just write sentences. Like, sentences of just ideas. Like, if you're literally, I always have my phone in the shower with me. It's so ridiculous. And because I can be in the shower and I'm just like washing my face, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what if like the sky turned red? What? And I just pull out my phone, because waterproof. Thank God, iPhone. And I'm just boom, 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 typing, and that will turn into a feature film that I'm shooting in like 6 months. Just because that's how I write. Like, I do sit down and write and everything like that, but my mind is crazy and scatterbrained that I could be talking to you like, you're talking about making a boxing movie. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's have a boxing movie about a person of color. We have Creed, but no, we never had a female who is Latina, but Latina también. And you can bring it about the culture. You have the family, and you have this thing, because Latina, especially women, there's this stigma about with women who they need to be the household, the head of the house, like the family household. That's how it is. That's what it is. Dominican woman, she gotta cook. She don't cook, she's not a real Dominican woman. And that's how it is.
She ain't getting married. No se
puede casar para nada. And fun fact, y'all, she cooked on set for us. So
I did. Don't worry. Give me that.
We even got you on camera. If you pay attention to to one of the scenes, you clearly see Monica cooking in the background in one of the scenes we shot.
I'm also always hungry.
No, I remember that. But no. So you make that film about the fact that this woman, she has to go against the standards.
You just gave me a brilliant idea.
Boom, there, take it. Like, that's how my brain works. Like, it's instant, and that's why I get a lot of shit done really quickly, and sometimes too quickly.
Yeah. No, but honestly, you're hustling. You're doing what you got to do.
Ya tú sabes, man.
So,
you gotta do it.
Question. So, like, you're like freelancing, right? That's what you're doing. What's your end goal? Do you want to have your own studio where it's like, let's say you and Bobby, like you have your own company? It's not, because Red Skies isn't your company, right?
No. So great question. And then I'll ask her I'll answer the other part. Red Skies is owned by Bobby McGrother,
Okay.
a fantastic Chilean American filmmaker, which no one believes that he's Chilean. I'm like, yo, dog,
Yeah.
he was born in Chile, in Chile. But I own Eating Glass Films, so that's
Glass, okay.
my. It's part of Red Skies, but it's my company. So
Okay.
whenever I do a project,
Mm-hmm.
it's Eating Glass, and usually with those films, like for example, if I'm not on a project, but Bobby made a film that's like really hard R, we would put the Eating Glass on it just because my films tend to be more harder R than his
Okay.
films. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And as for Endgame, for me, writer director, that's kind of like that's kind of what I like doing. Like I don't get me wrong, I do see a place where I would love to teach like classes. If I would love to teach screenwriting, I would love to teach
Right.
just filmmaking in general.
Well, you'd have your first student right here.
Hey, you know, my DMs are always open. Like any question you ever ask, don't hesitate. If I know the answer, I'll share it. And if I don't, I'll find it. But I would love to teach, but at the same time, I would love to have my own TV show. And I would love to have my own TV show one day.
Like what kind of TV show? Like we talking Friends?
Anything.
We talking about Power? What are we talking about?
Never Friends. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I actually think it's one of the worst TV shows of all time. I know. It's so bad.
It's just such easy TV to watch, and I like.
No doubt, and I'm exaggerating hard. Like it's fine. It's just like I don't think it's deserves the praise that a lot of people give it. But
you're not the only one that said that. But
no, I'm definitely in the minority, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody's love. Like I definitely think like if you love Friends, fuck yeah, love it.
That's
like
me.
yeah, hell yeah, no, love it. Like I mean, a show that How I Met Your Mother, I love. Scrubs, I love. Dexter. I'm trying to think of shows that I grew up watching.
Right.
But I'm a big, like my ideal job. I was actually talking to one of an actress that I was for Snow Globes. I was interviewing her for Snow Globes. I said if I get hired to do like Justice League or something like that, I'd cry because I am such
would be so dope.
a nerd. I am such one to have a person of color
Comic
like directing those. Yeah, I am a big DC comic book nerd. Like even Marvel too, but more DC for me.
Okay.
And whether it's a TV show like DC Universe app, let me do Blue Beetle. He's a Mexican American superhero, and they haven't done it yet. He's basically Spider-Man for Mexicans, and they haven't done it yet. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let me write. I'll write it. I have the spec script. I'll write it, but
what? I didn't know that there was a Mexican Spider-Man out there.
He's no similar. Like he's a teenager and he has powers and he has to try to hide it from his parents. Like there's so much out there. It can be
but
this
I
real.
feel like there's no Latino superhero.
No, there's no Latino superhero right now, and
we need to work on
it's
that.
like we need to work on that. Like I see you with your bossing skills, girl. We'll get you in there.
Superhero. That's my dream.
I would love to make you a superhero.
Oh my God,
that's
we're working on this. I'm gonna
that's
make
the
a
type
Google
of
Docs
stuff.
once this podcast is over.
Oh hell yeah. No, but that's the type of stuff I would love to do superhero. I would love to do action. I would love to do horror, like really scary horror that like people just terrify. My motto as a filmmaker is I like to make people feel things and question their reality.
Right.
That's kind of like what I want to do with my stories.
So you're like more fictional, like let's get out of the world that we live in. Let's get out of this like
hell yeah.
Okay.
Let's do something big. Let's do something crazy.
I like it. I like it.
Or let's do sports because I'm a big Yankee fan. Let's go. Like let's I'll do a Yankee. There you go.
All right. I think we pretty much hit up all topics. I enjoyed catching up with you and all your. I can't wait for your future projects. Let me know when you hit up Toronto because I'll definitely make another trip there. It was a blast.
Yo, hell yeah! No, definitely. Can I plug one more thing real quick?
Let's do it.
Well, not one more thing, but I want to plug something else. I just directed a short film called That Thing I Had That One Time.
Yes.
It's such an incredible film that I would be stupid not to talk about it.
No,
any
tell me
opportunity.
what you want to promote, bro.
Yeah, man. So we did this film. Did you have a chance to meet Jordan? No, I don't think you guys had scenes
Jordan,
together.
is Jordan the redhead?
The redhead Australian. No, you guys haven't had a chance
No,
to
but
meet.
I
have
saw
you?
her in scenes for One More Thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
She's
yeah,
in
yeah,
one more
yeah.
thing. She's doing an American accent in that one. But she's Australian, and
Oh,
we hit
was,
it off.
I didn't know she was Australian.
No, she does a pretty good American.
Yo, she fooled me.
Yeah. She and I hit it off really well, and I can definitely talk about all this. But
Right.
while we were filming the first time, One More Thing, she was currently dealing with an abortion situation.
Ooh.
I had no clue about it, and I could have my timelines wrong, but last time I spoke with her, I think this was it.
Damn.
And again, I can speak about this because we basically shot a movie about it.
Okay.
And so when we did One More Thing again, she came up to me. She's like, "Hey, I got this script, and I really want you to direct it." And
Also, you didn't write that thing I had.
I didn't write that script. No, I didn't at
Okay.
all. It's the first, besides, because One More Thing.
Did she write it?
She wrote it.
Okay.
I what I did do is I did rewrite it in script format because she had
Right.
it kind of like in a treatment kind of thing.
Okay.
So I just took it in properly format, and then I wrote, I think like one of the fights I just kind of tightened up a little bit. Mm-hmm. But that's about it. But the story is about this young woman from Australia who is dating an amazing guy. Like, he's such a sweetheart. I actually just had he's played by Noah Keshian, who I just had here yesterday, dubbing his lines. But and unfortunately they're pregnant, and they both are in a position where they can't have the child. And so
Like financially and whatnot.
everything. It just
okay.
doesn't make sense for them to have a child. And so spoilers slightly, because it is based on a true story. I mean, she doesn't have a kid. But the in the real life, the guy who she was dating just basically like ghosted her about it, and kind of just left her alone. And so we see that in the short film, and how that's like going through this process
you're pulling
alone.
the heartstrings here.
Literally one of the most difficult films I've ever directed.
Wow.
Like, it's insane. There is a 10-minute sequence in the film that has like 3 cuts in it, but you can't, like, it's so kind of hard to figure it out, and it's uncomfortable. It's hard to watch, and I would be remiss not to, like, I can't wait to share this film
That sounds
because
incredible.
it's so incredible. And I think that we did it. We raised a couple thousands for it, and we shot it over, like, I think we shot it in like 6 days. And I'm very proud of it, and I hope to have that one come out like December or even January. But it's a really
And are
good
you
film.
pitching that one to like festivals?
I
as
would
well?
love. Yeah, we are. We think this one is gonna do amazing in festivals. Like I think, not to take away anyone who I've ever worked with before, Jordan was one of my favorite actresses to ever work with on a single
Right.
project, and I've worked with some amazing talent. But working with her on that thing I had that one time, and this is really good advice for even actors or anyone who's listening to your podcast who want to direct. Listening and collaborating with your actors is really important. Like, understanding, especially since the film was about her, a lot of the times she would pitch me something on set, and even if I didn't agree, I would sit down with her. I would never do it in public. I don't like disagreeing with people in public. I like to pull them to the side privately, and because that's just, you don't unless they
the
disrespect.
professional way to do
Yeah,
it. Like, why?
unless
why
they're trying
call
to stand
someone
up to me. Yeah, like, unless they're like purposely trying to like act big in front of people.
Right.
I like to pull them to the side and be like, "Yo, why do you want to do this? Explain to me why, and then I'll explain to you why I don't think it will work." And we would just talk and just get on the same page, and it was a beautiful experience.
That's
and
awesome.
I don't know, I just can't wait. I had to talk about it because it's such
No,
a
I'm
good
glad
film.
you stopped me before we
No,
got
no
ahead of
doubt.
ourselves right there.
But the
'cause
craziest thing about it, because I had no idea about like the process of abortions or anything like that. You know, I grew up very Christian, so you know,
and
I'm always
you
approached.
don't have sisters, right?
I do. I have a. You haven't met her because she's a stepsister or a half sister.
Okay.
And she lives in Florida, but
Gotcha.
no, she's amazing. But no, I had no clue about it.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
it's
like
tough. It's a tough situation.
it's really tough. But I don't want to keep your podcast going forever. But I had to definitely pitch about that.
For sure.
Thank you.
Wow, well, I'm excited to see that one come out because that one seems intense and like I'm gonna cry the whole time. But I'm always down to watch something of truth. Something that's happened and what can happen to anybody. So
yeah,
I respect it. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to your other projects.
Yes.
We're gonna work on this. This Google's
this
back,
boxing.
and you guys have heard it here first. You don't know where it's going.
No bullshit. Hit me up. Like no joke.
No bullshit.
Hit me up. I'm about it. I might not be around all the time, but I will always I'm about it.
Let's do it. All right. Well, that was the end of this episode. Thank you, OJ, for hopping on in your busy schedule. I know you got plenty of things to do, but thank you. I'm going to put all his links to his awesome works in the description below. I hope you enjoyed listening to us. I'll catch you next time on MoMo on the Move.